How do we keep them from resenting us or feeling like we're trying to push them in a way that just is trying to save a buck?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to lead with quality, and I don't think that that's just disingenuous because
Okay.
this is one of those areas, healthcare is one of those areas where if you are spending less, you are likely doing a better job taking care of the health and well-being of your members. But listen, it's an uphill battle because you are fighting a narrative out there. And I've got to say that largely it's self-inflicted harm because we did the cost shifting high deductible health plan experiment, and I think like 1/3 of employees are on some sort of high deductible health plan. And I think that the data is coming back that when you only have $400 in your savings account on average, and that might have gone down now that a gallon of milk is, $6.50 at the grocery store.
Right.
You don't have $400 to hit your $4,000 out-of-pocket deductible before your insurance even kicks in. So you either avoid care or you
Mm,
wait, and then you're seeking it at a high cost, low value setting. So I think a lot of this is largely self-inflicted. We've
mm,
engaged in some experiments over the last couple decades that we've learned from. And trust is something I think we need to earn back from our employee populations through
mm.
flawless execution, through honesty and integrity in what we've tried and what didn't work, and being very honest about that. And through partnerships. This is one of those areas where I think it makes for strange bedfellows, right? Like, I
Mm.
was special assistant counsel to Governor Christie's office, and by the time I left the health plan, I would say, in any public setting, that my strongest advocates and indeed friends and allies were our public sector labor unions. At the
Wow.
end of the day, um,
Wow.
because at the end of the day, right, left, or indifferent, you want to engage in fiscal responsibility, but you want what's right for your members, and that means not having unnecessary spine surgeries. That means getting your cops to the highest rated musculoskeletal folks to do a knee replacement.
Right.
So we are aligned if we can get past that initial narrative and really align ourselves
Mm.
up against what is the sort of, I'm not going to say enemy, but potential foe here in truly disruptive change, and that is the status quo. That is hospitals that are going to ride the fee-for-service train until they can no longer ride
Mhm.
it. Um,
Yep.
and carriers and insurance companies that want to make as much of their 15% MLR as possible. Um,
Right.
and so, yeah, I think that we have a lot of work to do in the trust department, but it's an undertaking that's worth doing.